play of the game from way down.
1, 2, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bombs going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bob Stastinko gonna find Rainer.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. We are in the middle of the best of 3 series between Party Time and Demonic Entity Within, currently up 1-0 in favor of Party Time. Now we're coming in a little bit behind on this. There was a game 1. We're going to come back to that here in a few minutes. But just a quick look at the map bans here so that we can catch everybody up who is not going to be catching the replay cast. We need those map bans. Let's go. Where are they? And magic. All right, so we've got the bans on Braxis Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity from Demonic Entity Within, and from Party Time we have the bans on Cursed Hollow and Towers of Doom. Our first map was Tomb of the Spider Queen, and that was picked and won by Party Time. Game number 2 is going to be on Infernal Shrines, and it looks like this was also picked by Party Time as Demonic Entity wanted first pick. But let's take a quick look at the standings. Standings are where it's at. This is what is important for tonight here, as we are going to see currently Demonic Entity Within with 20 points, Party Time with 17. That being said, Party Time has 2 matches left in the season. Demonic Entity Within just has this one left. Let's see. And it sounds like there was an issue, and we're remaking the lobby. So we'll go. Okay, we'll do that. So we'll just be us. It shows map winner. Should. Yeah, because technically this is the second game, so I've got all the stuff there. So, but I'm going to do a replay cast of the first game, so otherwise it would be very awkward to just be like, hey, let's not know what happened in that first game when we're on the second game. Alrighty. Hi, Majesty. Hey, and it's Dax. I was just gonna pull up B East here. So we saw earlier there, tiny. Let's see. Oh, there's already been an update. Because right, because Party Time. Okay, so here we go. Here, allow me to update the information. Let me just go ahead and pull this up here. The East round, I think this was 10. All right, it is. Hopefully this doesn't screw too many things over here. Everything still shows, hopefully. Except for that. Give me back the point. There we go. Okay. Except they're on the wrong sides. So swap these. Update. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at those standings again. So Party Time earlier took a 2-0 victory over Bugin Squad. So that gave them now the tie on points with Demonic Entity Within. Now they won game number 1, so that puts them ahead currently. If they win game number 2, that will tie them up with the first place teams, Regen Phoenix and Phoenix Rising Ruby. And then Friday will determine where that goes, because Salt Scale Murgles and Phoenix Rising Ruby are playing on Friday. Now, Tiny Dancers is currently sitting there at 6, but they also have some games. They actually have 2 games left to play. One against, I believe, Indecisive Scrubs, and then one against Regen Phoenix at the end of the season. So there you go. That's where we're at. We're all caught up, and we're in a draft now. So let's see if we can't catch ourselves up going into this. Lose this page. Hey, Poke Flute. All right, so we got the Alarak Greymane coming out from Demonic Entity. We've got the Oriole and Deathwing coming out from Party Time. What do we see? Who do they pick up first? We see... Oh, we have new people on the list here. These are people that I have not personally seen play, so my knowledge of them is a little bit limited. But I have seen the Johanna. Oh, and of course it reset all the names too. Well, isn't that just wonderful? All right, so we're going to see Malthael and Anna coming out here. So I'll just put these in as I go. Just Clue, Sheepin, and Bishop Mist. All right, Arendelle Special Rainer. And we're going to get a Malfurion ban there. That makes a lot of sense. I have seen them pick up the Johanna and Malfurion a fair bit. Li Ming there for Pizzo. Pizzo's been playing a lot of Li Ming lately. And the final ban going to be the Kael'thas. So this is the final match for both teams. This is their last opportunity to score points and up their position in the overall standings here. 23 points in theory could put Party Time as high as maybe second if Phoenix Rising Ruby won like two. I think if Phoenix Rising Ruby won 2-0 and Regen Phoenix lost 2-0 and Party Time won 2-0 here, then I think they could be in second. I think that's possible. But anyways, Probius here gonna be the 4th selection. Not a hero you see a whole lot of outside of Division C West. And we're gonna see coming in with the Ragnaros and Lucio. So we got a lot of the wave clear potential here between Ragnaros and Raynor. Certainly some XP bonus potential out of that lava wave. Pizzo, Karama, GG, there we go. And it's gonna be Phoenix, so another hero we don't see a ton of. Karama is on Lucio. Okay, I think I got everybody in there. Is that everybody? It is. As long as they don't change heroes, then we're good. But all right, we've got our drafts. Who do you think wins game number 1 or 2? Who do you think wins game number 2? It's gonna be Party Time on the left, or is it going to be Demonic Entity Within on the right? Vote in chat, hit the drop down, select the team that you would like to win or that you think will win, and hit vote. If you don't hit the vote button, it doesn't count. Okay, here we go. Loading up. Making sure that our teams didn't swap around too much here. Looks like we're good, I think. Oh, Bishop Mist is on the Proteus. This clue's there. Bishop. Oh, I have Bishop missed on twice. Oh no! Who else is here? Schumann, Iki, Bishop missed. Sealy Man, I think, is the other one. There we go. Alrighty, game number 2 between Party Time and Demonic Entity Within. Currently up 1-0 is Party Time. Let's get them introduced. On the left, Bishop Mist going to be playing the Probius, Ekib on the Malthael, Chess Clue on ETC, Schumann on Phoenix, and Sealy Man on the Ana. And on the right, we've got Demonic Entity Within, Luigi G playing Johanna, Arendelle on the Rainer. We got DEW Karama on Lucio, DEW Pizzo on the Li Ming, and DEW Love playing the Ragnaros. I'm not going to call him DEW every time, just clarifying because there is another Karama out there. So, you know, got to make sure that you give them their appropriate title, identify which Karama are we talking about here. So we're going to see Ragnaros going into the Sulfurous Smash build here. So taking that Sulfurous Hungers for the Q here. We got Party Mix out of the Lucio. Party Time getting all the votes here. We'll see if chat continues to go in the right direction with this. On a Pale Horse there for Malthael, so he's going to have some double soaking, so he's going to probably have the advantage early in the game in the XP, but eventually I think Rag will win that out. We've got the Aether Walker here for Li Ming. Nice power slide onto the Rainer. A lot of damage, the healing grenade going out, making sure he can't use his what's that called again? Adrenaline Rush, there we go. Now also here we've got Probius going into Echo Pulse, so he's gonna throw out that little Zot, and then it's gonna come back to him. Arsenal Synergy, the selection for Phoenix, so he's gonna get that tap 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 boom, and going into the grenade build for Ana, Prog Rock for ETC there, Ace in the hole for Rainer, making use of the Lucio reverse amp, I'm guessing, and then Laws of Hope for Johanna. So that's our level 1 talents as we get level 4s coming up now as well here. ETC is going to get the power slide onto Lucio. Phoenix getting the laser, but he got booped out of the laser. Oh, Probius trying to get him. He's got tens of health, and ultimately the turret will secure the kill. So far, 2 kills to none in favor of Party Time. And we do see Li Ming going into that orb build there, Triumvirate. So getting the reset cooldown and additional mana. I like that, Majesty. First blood. And the Shrine coming up here in the mid lane. This is going to be a Frozen Punisher. And Ragnarok's going into at level 4 there, the Spell Armor for his Molten Meteor? I don't know. Living Meteor? There we go. So the Spell Armor will definitely help with things like the big burst potential coming out of a Probius or the lasers out of the Phoenix. That said, it also gets eaten pretty easily by Ana's auto attacks. So, and he only gets up to 2 charges with that. Smash on the minions, so we got almost halfway point here for DEW as Chess Clue gonna dive in. They get that healing grenade out, looking for the kill onto Li Ming, but she's able to get out. Big damage going in onto the ETC, coming in from that Li Ming. And the turret, MVP turret placement right there, taking all the damage from Li Ming that would have gone straight into that Phoenix. So great placement there by the Probius. Knockback coming out here. So already pretty much evened up here, and in fact going the other direction now. So ETC gets that power slide, trying to walk along the wall, isn't quite getting the healing I think that he wants. 33 to 26. It's looking like it could go over to Party Time on this one. And here's Rag trying to finish it off, but just a little too late to get that Molten Core value onto the point. So, and the Punisher getting the leap in front of the wall, so isn't even going to make it onto the other side here to get the full value with the Molten Core. And Rag already out of the fort there, although Punisher this time it's gonna dive onto Johanna, has the Iron Skin. Punisher getting taken down pretty quickly here now, so just the wall taken down. As we do see here, Party Time making their way as a full 5-man squad coming in, getting their siege camp, looking to rotate down, probably get this bottom siege camp as well. Although if they can get this kill onto Luigi G, that'd be fantastic. But Laws of Hope being used in addition to the Lucio amp it up to make sure that Johanna can get out of danger. And it is going to be that reverse amp here for Lucio, so we saw that in that last team fight there. It showed up a little bit more Q for the Ragnaros. So this time now, when he hits 2 heroes with his smash, he's going to get a cooldown reset. Now, that might be a little difficult with this team. I don't know that ETC and Malthael are going to be hanging out with each other all that often, especially with as kind of weak backline as we have here. ETC gets the knockback onto Pizzo, but is able to make it out. So teleport build for the Li Ming going into that Calamity, and we are going to see that siege camp get taken out pretty quickly by that Arcane Orb. Checking in, let's take a look at these XP stats here real quick. As the Shaman camp pushing up here is going to get overall a little bit of damage onto this wall, but not a whole lot. So currently Malthael 6,500 to Ragnaros 6,200. So overall, pretty even. I mean, that's 300 is, at this point, it's probably like 3 minions. I guess we could probably even check. 6228. That was 4, 5. Yeah, so basically it's like 80 at this point. Is it always 80? I don't know. So Johanna's hanging out on the bottom, but the rest of the team is rotating up. Malthael getting the kill onto Ragnaros, but getting caught by the rest of Demonic Entity Within. So a 1-for-1 trade there. The first kill of the game for Demonic Entity Within. But the rest of the team is rotating up. ETC might be looking to set something up here. Is a little bit far away from the rest of the team, and it's just Phoenix and Ana. So Probius down there in the bot lane trying to pressure this bottom fort. And Ragnaros now with that lava wave is going to send that bottom lane. Tired of seeing that pressure, wants to keep that going away from okay, cool. Probius Probius taking all of the damage of that lava wave, but making use of his healing well, so he's all set to go. Now last time Demonic Entity Within was the first one to get to this shrine. They got halfway almost before Party Time even showed up. Now there's a camp going in the top lane. Party Time's here, so they're looking for blood. And they do have, they've got some fun ultimates here. So we got the Null Gate. Here comes a Mosh Pit as well. Purification Salvo to go with that. Nano Boost and the Last Rites, which could be looking for Ragnaros right here. There's the shield, and they get it anyways. So add a stack on for that Last Rites. And getting another kill here onto the Rainer. Malthael just going ham. Try to zoom out, see if we can't catch everything here. Johanna versus Probius on the point. Not a fight I think Johanna wins in that case. So on the other side, we had the Sound Barrier, Rainer's Raider, Blessed Shield, Ragnaros going into that lava wave, and the Wave of Force. So of course, to try to interrupt the mosh pit. Now Rag is coming back. The jump has already gone out, so Rag is going to be able to get in for the Molten Core. We saw ETC diving in, trying to catch up and get that face melt, but Rag's going to get kicked out of that pretty quickly. And a big 3-man stun. Can we see the mosh here? Not safely. Li Ming was out of the zone there, but Malthael getting the kill onto Ragnaros. That is the third Last Rites, specifically the third Last Rites on Ragnaros, no less. What is the cap on that? 3 out of 10. All right. And Phoenix got the Rainer there in the back as the Punisher jumping over here into the Iron Skin. And there goes the Punisher. Chest Clue, though, deep in this, is able to get out with that power slide, getting away, using the minions as cover from arcane orbs coming out from that Li Ming. And now Ragnaros sending that fire top lane as, check it out, top fort went down thanks to that shaman camp. Keep in mind too, mid fort wall is down, so there's only about 2/3 of this mid fort available. The next Punisher is going to be in top lane. It's going to be a Mortar Punisher, and if Party Time's able to pick this up, that goes into a keep. So it's really up to Demonic Entity at this point to start finding some structure damage to kind of push their lanes out a bit. Maybe even try to find a team fight right now since they're all kind of together. Malthael is up in the top lane. He does have Pale Horse, so he can get here pretty quickly. But level 16 is coming up very soon, so if they don't make that rotation and find somebody right now, which is exactly what they're doing, maybe? And they showed a little bit earlier than they probably needed to, and that meant that Malthael could kind of present himself as a possible ally for his team. Ragnaros heading up now, giving up on that mid potential fight and instead looking to try to get level 16s. And they need to get this before the next shrine is up. They don't want to be fighting down these level 16 talents going into a shrine. And here comes, there was the penetrating round onto the ETC. Blessed Shield went out as well, so they've only really got to watch for the Li Ming wave of force at this point. And Johanna's going to get taken out. Phoenix with that laser. Getting that purification salvo and the nano boost there. Here comes Ragnaros, though, and ETC now going to fully disengage. Says, we don't want this fight. We got our kill. We're good. Lava Wave now going in the bot lane. Let's check out how much XP we get out of this. 11,900 was where Ragnaros started. Wow, that's a lot of XP. 11,900 to 13,800. That's absolutely bonkers. I think some of that was in the lane he was already at, but even still. Level 17 to level 15. Demonic Entity very close. Probius picking up that mid fort though. But there's only so much XP they can get from this lane, and they don't have anybody getting XP in the other lanes. They're not really that safe. Here it comes though. And level 16s will be up in time for them to be able to fight. The question is it too late? Party Time has been all over these. They've had the AoE and been able to pull these down. They're already at 30. I think at this point they're just gonna have to defend. Because if they lose this fight hard enough, they lose the game. But Nullgate's gonna go out on just 2. Here comes Purification Salvo. Johanna going in onto the Phoenix, but not able to get the kill, and nor is there enough damage coming out to get the kill there. 3-man stun from the Punisher. Pizzo gonna get taken out by the Last Rites. Once again, Last Rites coming in. Ragnaros gonna get taken out next. Johanna has almost no health, but Karama using that speed boost. Oh my goodness! Schumann with the Arsenal synergy getting that phase bomb, taking out Johanna, and now 3 for nothing. Party Time working on this keep, and with this Punisher so high health, this may very well be the end of the game. And they certainly agree with that assessment. I don't know that we've seen a single mosh pit, now that I think about it. Chesclu's probably like looking for one, just saying, you know, I haven't gotten to use this ability. Li Ming coming out with the orbs, core at 75%. There goes the lava wave, trying to push things back a little bit. The jump onto Rainer. Punisher John Cena coming in hard. As the core is falling 10%, they get the kill onto Probius, but it's too late. And that's going to be game number 2 going over to party time. Alrighty, so we didn't get to see game number 1, but we'll do a quick interview. We'll see if we can get Ekeb or oh no, what happened? There it goes. Okay. For whatever reason, it showed OBS just like disappeared. So I thought maybe that the stream had stopped. That would have been most unfortunate. Okay, and I just got I got the replay earlier apparently, so we'll be all set for that. So again, we'll do a quick interview here, but after the interview, we're gonna come back and we're gonna replay cast game number 1. So make sure you don't go anywhere. I hear it was quite the exciting game. All right, show these talents here. And I just went ahead and updated the standings. Let's take a look at how these look now. Oh,
hey,
we will come back to those updated standings as we have our interviewees. Welcome.
hey, Arrow.
So, congratulations, 2-0 victory over Demonic Entity Within. I don't want to say that I knew that was the case, but I think I did put you guys above them in the power rankings, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I knew that was the case. Not to pat myself on the back, but I'm going to go with that. So congratulations, that's fantastic though. I know, Demonic Entity Within is a really tough team to kind of play around, and at least in the game that I've seen so far, you guys did a really good job of that. So what did you guys do in prep for this? Were there certain things that you were looking for to prevent them from getting, or draft strategies? Like talk a little bit about this. This is the last match of the season.
Well, pretty much, I don't know why, but they didn't ban Anna or Malthel in either of our games, and I would say that is our strongest composition-wise. I'm not gonna talk about game 1, ruin it for you, but just in game 2, I think they tried to pick Lucio to counter Malthel nano boosted combo, but I guess that didn't work out for them.
Well, it certainly went well for you guys. I think I don't remember who was playing the Malthel. Was that one of you two?
Me.
It was you. Okay. So yeah. So your first 3 last rights were on Ragnaros, right? And then you got one on Li Ming, and then I think you got another one on Ragnaros. So like you were stacking. You had stacks on last rights before I knew that you had last rights. Like seriously. So, and I don't mind, we should talk a little bit about game 1, because ultimately this is going to be on a replay, and, I'm going to do game 1 and I'm going to put it as a separate so that it'll all line up. So, so let's talk a little bit about game 1. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet. So, I'm just going to kind of give you free reign. What did you guys set up? What did you like about game number 1? Where did that strategy go? How did it work out for you?
Well, our composition for game 1 was very, very similar to game 2. We swapped Gul'dan we swapped Phoenix for Gul'dan and Probius for, I believe it was Schumann. Do you remember?
I'm trying to remember.
Alarak.
Yeah.
Right, Alarak.
Which got banned in game 2.
Right. And their composition was also very similar with Johanna, Raynor, Jaina in place of Li Ming. Ragnaros was still there, and Malfurion in place of Lucio. And I think Malfurion, him alone, kind of carried the first game with his Twilight Dream, because that game was just back and forth, and pretty much like if we couldn't if we couldn't stop Malfurion from casting Twilight Dreams, we would lose the team fight. But if he got it off, then they would win the team fight. And it just kind of stalled back and forth on like who can interrupt who.
Yeah, and some really good Janna circles too that wrecked us.
Gotcha. So when you guys were preparing for tonight, was there anything special about them that you were looking to prohibit them from getting, or that you adjusted your drafting to account for? Anything like that you guys did? Or was it just, hey, you know what, we're going to play our game and just try to play our game better than they play their game?
Well, we came in knowing that they play Rainer and Li Ming and Johanna a lot, but since they wanted first pick every single time, and Deathwing and Ariel being so oppressive in the meta right now, we were forced to ban Deathwing and Ariel, and we couldn't really ban their comfort picks.
Right. And so I guess that leads to the question, back to the original question, which was, so did you build your comps specifically because you knew they were taking those, or did you build your comps just saying, we're just going to play our game and just accept that that's how they're going to play? We
just picked our comfort picks and played to our strengths.
Gotcha. Cool. And then you guys got game number 2, and you looked really strong here. Infernal Shrines is a map that I know that they like to play as well, because you guys picked it, but I believe that our game 3 was on Infernal Shrines against them, and it was their pick, and but you guys looked like you were just completely at home on the map, had great camp timing, had, you know, that first Punisher, they were at 20 before you guys even showed up to the point, and I think they finished at maybe 30. So, you know, you really put on a little bit of a clinic here. And, you know, you don't get to see a whole lot of Probius in the meta at this point. You know, there's one team that plays some Probius. Was a little bit interested to see it here. How did that affect your draft? Was that was, like, for example, the last pick, Phoenix, was that a kind of an adjusted pick based on picking the Probius, or was that something else?
You want to take this one, Schumann?
About the pick of Probius?
Yeah.
Well,
how it affected the overall. I obviously I got the message from Iki, and I'm not asking you guys to go too deep into the rabbit hole here, but just how did that affect everything, you know, based on what you saw in your own draft?
So I would say that was honestly a surprise for us. I don't know if you heard about the draft, but it might have been a mistake, but we did pull through with it. So I was just amazed. I was thinking Probius was going to hold the point, but with how we capitalize on the small mistakes and just keep pushing while we're, you know, I would say everything was just good overall.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
and and the Probius pick kind of shifted our playstyle a little bit. On the shrines themselves, we just played around Probius and his cannons, and we just kept zoning them from just entering the shrine itself, because I could see they had a lot of trouble just breaking through our front line.
Yeah.
I think that is a reason why we were so dominant on game 2.
Gotcha.
I was just surprised that we could, you know, push back with Probius on them occasionally too.
Right. Yeah, because he's really more of a defensive hero, wants you to come into his realm as opposed to an engaging hero, right? I mean, I suppose he could use his worker rush to get up in front of people, but I don't think that's the best idea. So let's go ahead and wrap up. I got the replay here from you, so I'll pop that off here in just a minute. But before we get into that, any particular highlight moment that you want, whether it's game 1 or game 2, because again, this is coming after later in the video reel. But any particular highlight moment that you want to call out that you or your team or the opponents did that you thought was important to note?
There was this one team fight in the mid shrine on the second game where Probius used his I believe it's called warp gate or
No gate.
his null gate, and he trapped like 3 of them, in the null gate, and that just set up like the perfect team fight for ETC and Nano Beast and Malthael.
Yeah. How about you, Shimon? Anything?
Well, for the first game, all I can think about is like, I don't know, the 2 or 3 times they pulled off some great circles, but end of that match was like gasoline to swing.
Right, the Jaina Ring of Frost.
Gotcha. Well, you guys, when you come back and watch the replay, there'll be a moment on, I don't remember which one it was, but I think it might have been the first one, the first shrine, but Probius drops his turret, and it may have been completely random and not intentional, but you guys had just pushed Li Ming off. She had like 20% health. She, backs around the right side and throws in an orb and a missile. And at that moment, it would have been Phoenix for sure. Possibly, I think ETC was right there. I don't think it would have been enough to kill anybody, but it certainly would have changed the scope of the fight. But it 100% went into the turret just because it was perfectly positioned. And you may not know exactly the time I'm talking about, but you'll catch it in the VOD.
We were actually talking about that when the game started. I was telling my team like, hey, like these cannons and these pylons, they're like really good walls that can soak up all the Li Ming orbs and missiles.
Yep, and it did. All right, well, any shoutouts?
I just want to shout out to Bishop Miss for the greatest Probius player I've ever known. Shout out to my team, and shout out to NGS and you, Arrow, for casting us, because no one else would.
I do my best. Shuman, do you have anything to add?
I'll just do shout out for casting. It's always fun to, be casted. First time competing too, so it's nice.
Great. Well, glad we could get this in for you. And so I'm going to go ahead and reset everything so that it starts off at the 0 mark. I'll do maps, show the standings, and then go back into game number 1. So if you guys want to watch, you can watch it now. Otherwise, I'll post the VODs for you guys tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, I'll be in the Twitch chat.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, congratulations again. Don't forget to report your match. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in chat.
GG.
Alrighty, everybody. So we'll be back in just a moment here. Don't go away, as I'm setting up for the replay cast of game number 1 of this best of 3 series. We'll be right back.